think like for a fridge, it will be more danger for light spoiling. So if a user did not make any action, then the IoT device will be forcefully cut off from power to ensure safety for me and my family. Besides just that one, GreenPeak will also be able to send the energy anomaly notification to the user. Like for example, this one, you detect the energy in the kitchen usage is 160% more than usual, so it will send a notification to us. And finally, go to the AI-driven energy optimization. What can I say is just that. So, hey Zappy, can you set the energy saving mode level to level 3? No, is it? So, as you can see that some of the appliance is off, switch off the cut off from a power. GreenPeak will smartly understand which of the IoT product is more prioritized than other thing. So besides just switching on and off the IoT device for the different energy saving mode, GreenPeak will also adjust the light brightness, or maybe it's changing the fan speed, or also enabling the eco mode for some of the IoT device. So this is the main feature of all of the features that GreenPeak can do. So what is actually driving all of this possible for us to connect with the IoT device? Is Smart Plug. Smart Plug is taking a look at this one. Smart Plug will have the embedded microchip inside of it that allow us to control the energy flow to the IoT device as well as getting the energy data from it. So this is a high-level component architecture. User will interact with the Flutter app, which is connected to the Google Cloud and the Firebase. And whenever the user make any action, like just now switching on and off the IoT device or scheduling the timetable, is actually invoking the backend API that's hosted on the compute engine. And this data will be synced to the Firebase, and which will sync to the smart plug for controlling of the IoT device. The smart plug of the IoT device will gather the energy data. We also send to the Firebase, which will stream the data to the BigQuery. And then this data will be sent to the TensorFlow for energy usage prediction, energy weather forecast, as well as energy anomaly detection. And then after a long time of using the TensorFlow Lite, this data, this fine-tuned model will send to the TensorFlow Lite because after it have learned a lot from a user use case. And also there's a Dialogflow and Gemini LLM that power Zappy for informative and help it to be reactive to intent.
Okay, thank you, Team What's Up Wizard. Your time is up. And the judges, you can start your Q&A session whenever you are ready.
Good job, guys. I can see that a lot of work's being put for this, right? I want to understand what is the challenges that you guys faced to come up with this.
One of the challenges that we face is that when we gather the data, right, for all of the IoT data, we don't know how often do we want to get the data from each of the IoT, like from a fridge data, we need to gather the energy. But if we gather it every 1 minute, it's it will be just storing a bunch of data in our database of Firestore. So for each of the device, we actually got a fine-tuned model like TensorFlow can learn from it to know how often each of the device need to be collected. Like for a light, normally it doesn't pose that much danger if it have an energy surge like that. So the data collect can be every 5 minutes or every 10 minutes. But for fridge, microwave, all of this, maybe it's more often than maybe for 5 minutes or 3 minutes like that.
Okay, then my follow-up question. So the challenges is basically getting the data, right? And coming back to the problem statement, which is reducing the emission, right? At this point, I'm seeing that it is still being controlled by the user, that when it needs to be deactivated or just off the IoT device, right? So it shouldn't be much more like the systems need to be smart enough to manage the devices themselves, so that end of the day, by month or by weekly, I can see the trend is going down.
Actually, because of the right purpose, we cannot really control the room of the device. Suddenly you are in the house and suddenly your light turn off like that. So no matter what, we can make as a suggestion for user that your light, maybe you want to turn off your light in your toilet if you are living in the living room like that. So it only makes suggestion now. We don't try to really automate it. We want to let the user knowing what is happening and have the right, maybe no notification. It will just need to be a click of a yes or no to let the AI take control.
Do you also have the Flutter app to demo?
Yeah, sure. Wait, let me try first. But for now, the backend API connection got some problem. We cannot open up the backend.
Okay.
But the Flutter app is something like that. So here will be the chatbot, and then this one will be all the device like that. So this one is just a turn on and off, switch on and off. Yeah, so I think cannot let you think. So this one is the saving mode level. So if this one is the last one, so most of the item like just now the energy switching on and off also. So this one will be maximum energy saving mode. No? You will be try to optimize for the eco mode or maybe the fan speed or the brightness like that. And also forum like that. Yeah.
Maybe this is not a question, but more towards the idea I have in mind, just to share before I forget. I think this is also can be a good business idea for this one is you are targeting the household, right?
Yeah.
Individual household, right? It could be also interesting to the corporate or companies because I think they are having this compliance for the CO2 emissions and all. So I think you will be contributing that.
Yeah. Actually, that is our future.
Yeah, actually, due to the time constraint, we haven't shown these future enhancements. So the industrial versions is in our futures, as this involves more data, and we have to control the data flow as well. So for the current version is a home, so there currently doesn't affect that much data volumes. But in industries, those kind of machines, they're actually taking a lot of data, and we have to retrain our models. So currently for our home models, we are achieving 99% on generation accuracies and 87% on consumption predictions with the Vertex AIs. Yeah.
So think about that, because if you are selling this to individuals, right? Are we going to pay for this app and all? It will be another question. If you're selling to the corporates, they need this solution. So maybe try this out as the first part. Then when you get the ideas and experience, try to have a larger project for, I think that one they will pay for you.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Team What's Up Wizards. Now, we would like to request the next team, which is Team Yams, to come up on the stage. Please welcome.
Okay, it's working now. Can I have the steering wheel? The lag? Hello, everyone. Thank you for today. We are almost done. So thank you for waiting for this. We would like to talk about accessibility. And does this work? Okay. So to start off, my name is Mohammed. My friend here is Alex, William, and Rachel. So we thought about it, and we discovered that there is a lot of challenges faced by the disabled community. To begin with, lack of employable skills and a lot of other challenges, employers' attitude and rapidly changing labor market, lack of education, unfair employment. There's a lot of other challenges as well, but we found a solution for it. But to start off with statistics, 1 in 6 people suffer from disability, some form of disability. That is 16% of the world, and the 80 to 90% of people they are able to work, but they are not given a good opportunity to do so. Next. So 36% of people who are disabled suffered from financial loss, especially during lockdown, and still happening. So, yeah, next. So we'd like to introduce accessibility as a solution to help connect employers with disabled as well, and help them alleviate their skill set in terms of that. Okay. Okay, so one of our solutions is that SDG goals is we needed quality education. In terms of that, we decided to have courses, so individuals that use our application can have a course on our platform, and then they can sell it to help other users to learn from it, as well as decent work and economic growth by having by making the employers, asking the employers to have specify their categories, what sort of disabilities is remote and other things. It will help employees to find a suitable job for them. Now, reduced inequalities, that as well covers it, what I just mentioned. So for the solution, like our goal is to foster a community where users can experience and support each other. And that is the second one is that by providing courses, we help to make users more employable. And lastly, we want to support NGOs with donations. We have a donation feature that supports other individuals. Next. Okay. Okay, so in terms of business, we would like to, business can benefit from this as well, because they can tap into a talent pool, and that is untapped. They can also have a retention rate. This is because a lot of people who are disabled, even now, because they struggle with changing to another company because they fear that they might not find a company in time to do that jump. So with having our platform, they can have access to companies who are more friendly to disabled. Okay, next. Now, we did some online surveys on market studies using forums and channels. We came across a few conclusions, one of which is that a lot of companies who put advertisement through LinkedIn, existing job market, they don't put consideration for individuals with disabilities. That's about 85%. Now, another one is an increase. They don't usually provide information about accessibility policies for disabled individuals. Now, this over here is one of their requests in terms of design on the UI. They wanted customized text, bigger fonts, adjustable, and they wanted also a search feature to look for a job based on keywords, and they wanted to also keep it minimal. No, next. Now I would like to pass to Rachel.
Okay, so how are we different? You might be thinking, oh, why not just use LinkedIn, right? Why don't disabled people just go on LinkedIn or JobStreet to find a work? But the fact is, you can see the statistics don't lie. 1 in 6 people, they are still suffering from this problem, which is very big number, but they're still underrepresented. So with our platform, we are connecting them with employers who are concerned with the well-being of disabled people, which actually increase their chances of employment. And not only that, it's not just like a job board. We also have as previously mentioned, they can sell courses. This help them to have another source of income and also help them share their knowledge and learn from each other. And also a forum for their voices to be heard. And also, since it is an accessibility-based solution, of course, we have to focus on the accessibility. So based on the survey results, we have implemented features such as a very minimal and simple UI, but also customizable. So for example, some people have dyslexia, right? Which means they cannot really read the letters. So we have a customizable UI. They can change the font size, line height, and like letter spacing, which we'll show in the demo later. Yeah.
All right, now I want to talk about the technology that's being used. That's being used in accessibility. This one. All right. So the Google tag that we are using are Angular, it's Firebase and its components, Firebase authentication, as well as Firestore. We are also using Google Pay to handle Google payments, payments in general. Moving on to the non-Google technologies, we are using Express.js, Nginx, Tailwind, as well as TypeScript. Now moving on to the architecture. Now starting from the user side, when they're logged in, they're authenticated using Firebase authentication. So from there on, we have 3 types of users: the admins, the business users. So yeah. It's important to note that most of the fetching data part are done on the backend server, so that if you wanted to expand and create Android apps and mobile apps like iOS, we can get consistent data from connecting it to the server. Because right now we are using a website. Now, we face many issues during the development of accessibility. First of all, Angular just got its new update, Angular 17. So most of the code are old from what we've seen from the documentation and the tutorials. So we have to figure everything again by ourselves. So moving on, we also had an issue with implementing WebSockets with the backend part. So we have issues implementing the messaging features. So we have to do all of Firebase fetching for messages on the front end instead. All right. So I want to talk about scalability now. The thing about our app is that it's quite easy to scale it up. So we are using Angular, which follows a strict structure to make sure that there won't be much issues, supposedly much issues if we create new features later on. So this is backed up by using TypeScript, which is a type-based language. So it will make detecting bugs a lot more easier. Yep. So now we will move on to the live demo.
It's not showing it. Okay. So as you can see, it's actually responsive for both mobile and web. So, yeah. So on the left, we have the landing page, which just shows our mission and the SDG goals. And on the right is actually the view for, because it's a end-to-end solution, means there will be one UI for the user and one for the employer, right, to post the job. So on the left, it will be for the user, and on the right will be the business account, which are the employers. Okay, so now, this is the business account. Okay. Okay, so on the home page, you can see that on the left is the employer. They can actually create job listings.
All right, time's up. For the judges, you may begin your Q&A session.
Oh, thank you. Okay, continue. So, on the left, okay, so now the employer will create a new job. And on the right, okay, so, sorry. Or maybe we just show the apply for jobs. Okay. Okay, due to time constraint, we just show the job application. So on the right, so now the user will be applying for a job. So when you apply for a job, it will tell you, yeah, then you apply, and then the employer can actually accept or reject based on your resume, which is actually when you first set up your profile, your resume will already show. So you don't have to manually apply every time. And afterwards, maybe you want to get to know the employee more. They can actually chat with one another, so they can message. So moving on, as mentioned earlier, is not just for job application. There's also resources. So resources is like not only for, it's like created by the disabled community for the disabled community. So they learn from one another, but they also get to earn an income from it. And it's not like they can just simply sell a course. It will be actually verified by the accessibility team to make sure it's of high quality. Okay, next we will be going to the forum. So on the forum, it serves as a place to share their experiences and their thoughts, but also they can use it as a fundraiser. So let's say this, when they were creating, they tagged this as a donation. So actually you can see you can donate with Google Pay, and they can also leave comments. And yeah, that wraps up our, oh yeah, last but not least, very important, these are accessibility menus. So as you can see, click on dyslexia font and dark contrast. So these are all to cater to all types of needs for all the visual disabilities lah. Yeah, that's all from us.
Thank you very much. So can we move on to the questions from the judges?
Yeah, first question. The accessibility, right? It is not you guys created it, right? Because that's userway.org.
Correct.
Correct?
Correct.
So it's not your picture.
Yes, this is
Okay.
a platform.
Yeah, so you're just embedding into that.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. So if I'm seeing the feature of it is basically the chatbot, correct?
No, this is just a chat feature, but we do plan to implement chatbots later on,
Okay.
because we had to fit everything in the 3 weeks deadlines. So yes.
Okay. So then, what are the Google features that is implemented for now? From I only can see the Google Pay. Other than that, what are the things?
This whole website is built on using Angular. So yeah. Oh, and Firebase as well.
So your target user is just for disability people, is it?
Correct.
So if a normal person,
They can still use, but they will be restricted off the resources, because we want the idea of the whole resources feature is that we want to encourage and let the disabled people earn an income. So if we let normal people flood the whole platform, it would be kind of contradictory.
I don't know, maybe this idea would be a bit wow or cannot be implemented. I'm just thinking if it's just a feature for the font size and all, if you can just implement a website that I can paste, let's say a LinkedIn link or anything to your website, then you can display it for that is user friendly for other underrepresented group. I think that will be much more useful, because you are not buying to just one. Like if I am an employer, what is the reason I need to go to this website
Yeah,
just for the disability groups?
Good question. So ideally you want to create this.
All right, time's up. What a wonderful session by Google too. Let's give them a round of applause. This one is already last. Now, we would like to request the final group for today, Group Google 2, to come onto the stage. Please welcome.
Okay, hi everyone, good afternoon. So our product is Ren, we're Team Google 2. Okay, so here's an introduction to our team. Only 3 of our group members are present today, but our 4th group member, you'll be able to hear from him later on in fast section. So first, I'll start by talking about the introduction to this app, how we conceptualize this idea. So this idea, we actually came up with this idea by getting inspired from Team C's. So me and my friends, we were watching a video one time by Team C's where they were actually constructing a beach cleaning. So Team C's is basically helping to things. They work with other NGOs and organizations to help clean up the environment, pick up garbage, that kind of thing. So one of the issues they faced was during cleaning in Brazil, they actually had issues obtaining volunteers. There was no easy platform to get these volunteers who wanted to help clean up, and there was also no real incentive for these volunteers to actually help out. So this leads us to a more generalized problem statement. We actually have a longer one, but just a short one for this presentation. So urbanization, poor waste management, and lack of community engagement lead to environmental degradation and increased climate risks. So this is the problem we're trying to solve. So here are some statistics to support this. 100 million hectares of healthy and productive land degraded yearly in the past 4 years from 2019. 9 in 10 people breathe polluted air which doesn't meet WHO guidelines, and 17 metric tons of plastic were polluted in 2021. And this is a figure that is expected to double by the current year. So, if you look around, you'll actually see that this problem is everywhere. These pictures were actually just taken today. We were walking from the car park to the venue, and we saw so many places with lots of garbage on the way, right downstairs. So these are some of the UN SDGs we're trying to address. The main one will be about sustainable cities. We also focus on climate action and also about ecosystems, both marine and terrestrial. So we have a few targets as well, which there are too many to name here, but mainly we are focusing on increasing climate awareness, so preserving ecosystems and those kinds of things. Okay, so that finally leads us to our app. Our app name is Ren. Where does this come from? The name Ren comes from the word clean in Danish. Right? So Denmark is named as the cleanest country in the world. So what our solution basically is a volunteering app where people can come together and help to clean up the environment. So this is our login page. We have a home page which shows you all the Rens. So a Ren is basically an event where people come together and clean up an area. Now this solves the issue of having a platform for all the volunteers, but we still have to provide incentives, right? What makes people actually want to come and clean up and volunteer? So we have a few things. The first thing is our community feature. This is something that we will use for people to connect with other like-minded volunteers, and this will help people keep each other accountable. We also integrated a feature where people can actually, this is tied into an AI feature which I'll talk about later on, but basically when you clean garbage for rents, you are able to redeem points, and these points can be then used up for rewards, which we show here. And these points, so how do we gain the funding for these points? We will accept anonymous donations, but mainly we will also be partnering with NGOs for our events, and also we partner with companies. So a lot of companies want to fulfill their corporate social responsibility. this is something that a lot of companies will be interested in doing. And by partnering with us and us hosting events for them, they're able to also improve their reputation as an environmentally conscious company. So yeah, our goal is to basically increase our user base as much as possible in order to reach our sustainable development goals. So now I'll pass it on to Jacket to present our features of the app and the architecture.
Thank you, Amirul. Now I'll be talking about the features and architecture of our application, RAN. Firstly, we have our Explore page, which is a discovery page for our user to discover all of the upcoming or nearby RANs. Moreover, it also displays all our recent wins, so it can act as a motivation and inspiration for our users. Next, we have a RAN page, which is our in-app interactive map where users can interact with it to locate or create RANs more intuitively by using the visualized map. Next, we have our People page, which is a community tab where all environmentally conscious individuals can come together to contribute to discussions, share information and relevant content, such as cleaning tips and tricks, composting techniques, and so on. This will help foster relationship, collaboration, connection, and even exchange of ideas between our members. Next, we have our reward page, which is how we are going to recognize our users' hard work in caring about the environment by providing them a bunch of vouchers to be redeemed using points which can be earned by participating in RANs. This will help motivate them and help us attract new users as well. Lastly, we have a profile page which will display all our users' information and accomplishment, and also features a leaderboard page where users can track their rank and even facilitate some healthy competitive spirit. Now, to be able to create all these features, we decided to use Flutter, TensorFlow, Google Map Platform, Firebase, BigQuery, and Looker in our architecture. We use Flutter as it has a cross-platform capability and open source. Now, to be able to scale our data well, we use Firebase as it's a popular and scalable backend platform, which integrates well with other Google services, which are also heavily used in our application. Moreover, we use Google Map platforms, and it has provided some comprehensive and accurate location services, so users can locate those RANs much more better. Furthermore, we also, to be able to measure our app performance, we use BigQuery and Looker to be able to visualize our app performance and help us to provide insights to improve them. Now I'll be passing the floor to Fao to talk about the feedback and analytics.
Thank you, JetKit. Hi, everyone. So before I talk more about the feedback and analytics, as Amirul has mentioned, we don't have our fourth member, Darren, with us today. However, we have him here in spirit. He actually went to an important trip, and he remained productive by actually having an interview with a potential future stakeholder that we have a video to show you because he couldn't be here today. Hopefully it plays.
What's your name? My name is Dhiren. Me and my friends are making an application. It's like community driven. Yeah. And then people can, let's say if they find like dirty spots, you can like create a marker there. Right. And then from then, other people can volunteer and join.
Well, I mean, of course, people have to be very committed to do it. And I'll show you another thing, like bit is, use all your waste. Yeah. And then rather than sending a long way to the landfill.
Just to increase your carbon emissions.
Exactly.
No point, yeah. One of the challenges that you may face, I don't know, is getting people involved in this.
Get people to join.
Yep.
For a farm like this,
yep.
I think you've got to give them few things.
Yep.
For example, like the cost, why you're going to do it.
Yeah,
right?
cost,
so like for me, I feel, hey, helping the poor, growing organic vegetables. So that is, okay, that is one separate thing. So even that appeals to them, but you also have to have like, hey, when they come, is there a good place for them to like socialize?
I see, you need to make them want to come back, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's important.
Yeah, thank you, Darren. So to provide more context around this interview, so this person is actually from somewhere in Penang, in a rural place. And why we say this is a potential stakeholder is because this area has very poor government waste management. So by introducing REN to this area, as the video was quite long, so I cut it out into pieces. She basically mentioned having the waste actually be here at the farm itself allows for composting. So instead of the waste being scattered around, they can actually use Wren to know where the waste is, to bring it back to their actual farm to provide composting. That's just one of the potential stakeholder ways that they can use Wren. So, yeah, so let's talk about the feedback and the challenges that we face. So the main feedback that we had from a lot of stakeholders, young and old alike, was that the login page was first too difficult to register. We were asking too much information, like profile picture, name, date of birth, etc., etc. Yeah, So then we actually streamlined the registration process by using Google login or the Apple login. Moreover, the other issue we were facing is actually synchronizing the Wrens. So we kind of still have that issue. Hopefully it'll be fixed by the Google Solution Challenge. So the main issue we're having, the main challenge we face is synchronizing all the Wrens from other devices into the actual server itself. So currently if I have a Wren for my phone, it does not show on other people's phones. That's the main issue we're trying to solve. And last but not least, the gamification aspect. A lot of people have mentioned that why would I even want to participate in volunteering? So we introduced rewards to actually give some people an incentive to actually join.
Okay, Team Google 2, your time is up. The judges, you can start the Q&A session whenever you are ready.
Maybe I'll start first. You mentioned that you're using the TensorFlow, right? Which part you are using?
Yeah, we couldn't get to that. So if it's okay, the main ways that we're using TensorFlow is we actually have an AI feature. So the main way we're using the machine learning model is the machine learning model scans the amount of trash that the user actually takes a picture of, counts how much trash there is, and provides an estimate of either the amount of in grams or kilograms. Right now we've just have it in number of pieces because we have to tune the model a bit more. So as you can see, it scans, and so basically the green box is showing what is recyclable. That's also something from the stakeholder that we got the idea from. Separate out recyclable and non-recyclable trash, and actual just pieces of trash in general that can be just disposed of.
Next question, maybe you didn't have the time to show earlier. Can you show us the dashboard, analytics part?
Yeah, so let's talk about the analytics real quick. So why even bother gathering analytics, right? I think it's very important to actually set success metrics for our application to actually align ourselves with what we're doing, why we're doing it. So our success metrics is the number of Wrens we have, the monthly active Wrenners, so basically the users, and the volume of waste collected. And the way we collect the volume of waste is through the machine learning model itself. So if you go to the so this is just a mock-up dashboard. It's not actually the real dashboard that we have in BigQuery. Main reason is because the data that we're collecting and sending to from Firebase to BigQuery is not set up properly yet. It's not at a stage where we'd like to demo it. So this is just a demo dashboard for potential stakeholders to take a look of what to take a look at. So for example, the 3 success metrics I've mentioned.
Is the leaderboard implemented? Leaderboard and achievements module?
That's a good question. Sadly, no, because the main issue we're facing is the synchronization, right? Until that gets fixed, a lot of other problems in the future are halted.
How would you foresee in the future for it to be implemented? How do you see it in the future for it to be implemented, especially on the back end?
Okay, so Amir will answer the question.
Okay, so the main issue we face is that we wanted this to be something that anyone can use, which means that we want this to be available in rural areas and so on. Of course, this isn't really possible. If we want to synchronize our data, we need some kind of connection, right? So I think one of the things we're considering is we want to make the app required to be always online. We kind of didn't want this in the beginning because we want it to be accessible to any area regardless of their coverage, but I think this is the only way for us to properly sync our data is to require an internet connection. So that's one of the sacrifices we kind of have to make.
What about the other module, the one where you have some merchants giving away some coupons or discounts? Do you have any dummy data for that in the application now? Because obviously you're not working with any merchants right now. So do you have any dummy data to support that module?
Sorry, could you explain what you mean by dummy?
So, for example, I can see Grab or KFC. Do you have any dummy data into the application to show how this module might look like?
No, as of right now, we don't. We still is in very early stages of conceptualizing the main feature first, which is the rent itself, and then actually providing the secondary feature of actually incentivizing people, getting people that create the rent, finish the rent, get the points from the machine learning model, and then only then you get the points. You can redeem the points for actual your Grab points or a KFC voucher or stuff like that.
So, is there a working demo that probably we can see?
We have the app on our phone that we can show. Jackie will bring it to you.
So this is a small picture there, show all the season and upcoming and all the nearby. No, it's actually coded in the Docker, but some of the functions is not completely yet. This is the community where users can use to post any announcement or these are all the garbages. These are all the brands. Yes. Right now it's just sort of like that's more coded structured.
Okay. For example, if I create a REN, not with the name REN, on another application, could be Meetup. You guys know Meetup application where people create a lot of events and they get together and then they do those events, right? So if I create it on Meetup application, how would it be different in the future? Because now, of course, you don't have a lot of things done. How in the future it might look different than doing it on this app?
Yeah, it's a very good question, right? I think one of the other people, the participants, asked the same question. What if I just put it on Facebook, and then people can just come and I bypass Rent itself? So the main reason why you can use Rent to do this is you can find like-minded people like yourself and foster a community, and find other people that are as passionate about cleaning places, or maybe you want something to be clean and maybe you can't find people on Facebook or other places. So you reach out to Ren and you can actually either gamify the actual entire experience and actually incentivize people to redeem their points for something else, or mainly just the fostering community aspect. Maybe Amrul wants to add on to that.
Yeah, another thing, so those are a few things. Another thing that makes our app unique, I guess, would be mainly the AI features. This is going to be very helpful for the volunteers to it will save their time doing things like classifying garbage and so on into multiple different bags. They can use this machine learning model to actually help them to save a lot of their time and do this more efficiently.
Okay, Team Google 2, that is it for
Thank
your
you.
time. So now all of the teams have presented, so please give them a round of applause. You all did well. Now we will have a 10-minute break, so you guys can maybe go to the toilet or talk to other friends. And after 10 minutes, we will come back for the company talk. So take a break, guys. Now that we are done with the main part of the event, the pitching session, let's move on to the company talk. So let's welcome Mr. Johnson from OCG Youth Alliance to take the stage. Please give a round of applause.
Hello? Okay. Hello? Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Johnson. I am the Malaysian country representative for OSG. And today I'll be talking about what OSG is and also this beautiful banner over here. So, OSG Youth Alliance is a dedicated social enterprise that is committed to cultivate a global network of youths who are deeply engaged in sustainable development and innovation. Our mission is to leverage the support of government entities, corporate partners, and seasoned professionals in order to establish and expand a dynamic platform. OSG UF Alliance has successfully orchestrated over 150 programs and positively influencing over 10,000 youths from 15 different countries. And I would like to introduce you to an amazing initiative from OSG, which is the ASEAN China India Youth Leadership Summit, or we call ACIYLS for short. So ACIYLS is a very prestigious event where we invite talents from 12 different countries, which are the countries in ASEAN, China, and India, to come together and brainstorm to come up with solutions in a sustainathon. Just like a hackathon, but with a twist. Our approach isn't only for profit or to utilize the latest technology, but to create a lasting impact on the world around us. The connections and the knowledge that we had gained were very invaluable. And guess what? This is an annual event, and this year we'll be hosting the second ACIYLS in October, is it, Dr. Tan? Yeah, in October. And if you would like to know more, please speak to me or Dr. Tan from OSG. And I have some of my ACI alumni, Wei Yang, Joing, Van Dijk. So yeah, that's all. And if you're interested, can come and speak to me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Johnson, for that enlightening talk about OCG Youth Alliance. Now, let's welcome Mr. Faiz from My Startup to take the stage. Let's give a round of applause.
Hello, hi guys. My name is Faiz. I'm from My Startup, which is an initiative by the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation that kicked off in 2021. So what My Startup is all about is basically portal resources, basically a one-hub portal for all My Startup related things for Malaysia. And we work based on three main pillars. Which is founders, developers, and also investors. What I am very happy to share today, I believe everyone would actually get a copy of this, right? Stickers. So under the pillar of developers, we actually create a portal that facilitate resources for developers, basically young early stage developers in Malaysia. And we work with a lot of partners, particularly obviously the technology providers, like AWS, Microsoft, Google Cloud. But at the same time as well, we are also facilitating what we call it, some tools like GitHub, JetBrains, and some other providers to offer for the developers or the users for free. What we are currently trying to do with that sort of pillar, with the sort of a developer pillar, is basically creating a community by the student itself, because ideally this is something that we want to do for, to actually develop the capability of the startup in Malaysia. Mainly because of talent development is something that, currently very, very lacking. So what you can actually do to join and to basically know more about My Startup Dev, you can just scan the QR code here, and then it goes to Beacon, where you can either join our sort of like a WhatsApp group. You can also join or sign up on the My Startup Dev portal as well, and then you can also check out the rest of our events that's happening last year and this year. So if you have any question on My Startup or My Startup Dev, you can come to me. You can also come to Puga. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Faiz, for the informative session. Just a quick reminder for those who haven't received the My Startup sticker, you can claim the stickers on the left. And remember to scan the QR code for more information regarding My Startup. Yes, don't forget also to take the flask from Softtech 260. Okay. Without further ado, let's invite our next program director, Mr. Lim Junyi, for the closing speech.
Okay, hi everyone. Yeah, I know last year I was a part of the participants in Kitahack 2024 demo day, so I know what you guys are feeling about. You guys are thinking, "Oi, don't talk too much lah. I want to know my marks. I want to go back earlier." Is it? So today I'm not going to be talking very long. I'm just going to briefly go through about Kitahack 2024 and the experience that we have been through. So first of all, let's go back in time. The whole Kitahack event itself, because last year I was the participant, right? So why not I just continue it? And during the GDSC Southeast Asia Summit, which is the event where all of the GDSC leads across every universities in Southeast Asia, we will gather up. This year is in Google Malaysia, and we will just gather up and we meet together and go through some of the workshops and boot camps. So during that time, I met with very wonderful people. Yeah, these are all of them. Our other director. Okay, I can't use this pointer, but never mind. So we have the top left picture there. We have the GDSC Taylor's lead. He's currently the secretary. Then there's me. Then there's the external liaison lead, Ang Wei Yang, GDSC APU lead. And also we have the other director, Monash lead. Yeah. So we met up together and we basically started planning about Kitahack since that time. So we even have the previous director of Kitahack, Russell Kong. He also gave us some advice on how we can successfully do this. So we basically planned since very long ago, but then it happens to be some changes coming out of nowhere. So actually, I know that a lot of the committees that know this thing, I know that they are very frustrated, especially especially the external liaison team. They have to, they have to find the sponsors in shorter amount of time because we were told that the event was put earlier, 2 months or like 1 month. So it's quite stressful for them. So still kudos to them for being able to make this event a great success. Okay, so now coming back to the present, coming back to now, Kitahack 2024. Let's just talk about the stats for this year. I'm not comparing to previous years, but this year we have 219 registered participants for Kitahack 2024, and there is a total of 80 teams. So to all of the finalists here, you guys are the top 10 best teams out of the 80 teams that have registered. All right, then there are a total of 19 local universities that have participated in Kitahack 2024. So yeah, in Malaysia right now, we only have 18 universities that have a GDSC club, basically a GDSC in their university, but we have 19 local universities joining. So we actually expand our influence to those universities that don't have a GDSC. So if you are coming from those universities that don't have a GDSC, perhaps you can maybe become, let's say you are interested in GDSC, in leading a GDSC, then maybe you can approach any one of us, GDSC leads, and yeah, you can have your own clubs there. Then, yeah, also a very impressive thing is that we have participants coming from, participants of 9 nationalities. Most of them are Malaysians. We also have Indonesians, some coming from Maldives, and many more. So, yeah. Then, for the SDGs, this year, very unluckily, only 16 of the 17 SDGs are tackled. The only SDG that's not tackled is SDG 6, which is related to clean water or something. So I don't know why. Maybe you guys think that water is already clean in Malaysia, but yeah. Then we organized a total of 4 workshops, 3 of which were done before the preliminary round of Kitahack, and we also have one more workshop. Hello? Oh yeah. We also have one more workshop done yesterday by Ms. Leong. Okay. So, very thankful to all of the sponsors of Kitahack 2024, Reluvate, Softec, and also OSG. Then we also have our Kitahack 2024 partners, Credit Fund My Startup, and we also have GDG KL and GDG Georgetown for helping us in spreading the competition to get more participants. Okay, this is the manpower that's working behind the scenes. We, all the committees for Kitahack 24 were under GDSE Malaysia. So what is GDSE Malaysia? Basically, it's a nationwide effort. This year we have 14 GDSEs from UM, UTM, UPM, Monash, APU, Taylor, Sunway, many more, all joining together to form an organization to host Kitahack. And one thing that I would like to point out is that because the event is the event is put earlier, so most of the public universities I think I don't need this. Okay. So most of the public universities are having exam right now. I believe that there are some students having Okay, there are some students having exams tomorrow and even assignments due to tomorrow. But very grateful for the other students that are not having exams, especially those from private universities. They actually help out to cover a lot. So really grateful for all of them to still making this a success, even though we have a lot of sudden changes coming up. All right. Before I move on to the next part, basically, after talking to some of the judges, you guys are top 10 finalists, right? So your products are actually quite good from some of the reviews and comments from the judges. So actually, I'm done. Yeah, that was quick. So moving on, we will be going to the awards session later on. So you guys can stay tuned for that. But before that, I just want to make it a little bit more uneasy for you all. Yeah, we are not going to the award session first because I haven't finished. Basically, for some of the teams, if you are still not aware about this, last year and previous years as well, we are doing like top 3, top 2, top 1, right? But this time, because I don't know if you still recall it or not, but the point for Kitahack 2024 this year is that we want to encourage you to actually participate in GDSE Solution Challenge 2024 because actually previous years there are some teams that won champion in Kitahack and they just let's just stop here, and they didn't even proceed because the point of Kitahack is to prepare you to let you go through more mentorships and more coaching sessions before you push your product into its final form and submit it into the GDSE Solution Challenge. So this year we are going to be providing 3 awards to 3 different teams, which is the best awards for each team. I'm not going to talk about the categories, later you will see. So 3 teams out of the 10 teams here today, you guys will be walking back with awards. So what are the awards? I don't know, later you can see, but something interesting. I'm done. It's about 3:30. So thank you. I will pass back to the MCs.
Without further ado, we will continue with the most exciting yet nerve-wracking part of the day, which is the award ceremony. For this, we would like to invite all the judges to join us on the stage to present this big award to the top 3 winners. Now, let's invite Mr. Puga for the Most Impact Award. Now, it's finally the moment you all been waiting for. The award for the Most Impactful Award goes to Team What's Up Wizards. Congratulations, What's Up Wizards. Please remain on the stage for the photography session later. Now, let's invite Mr. Hassan for the best speaking team. The awards goes to Team For Future. Congratulations, For Future. Please remain on the stage for the photography session later. Okay. Now, let's invite Ms. Zai Feng to present the Best Technical Team Award. The award will go to Team Bazul. Congratulations, Team Bazul. You all may remain on the stage while all the participants, you may move onto the stage for the photography session.
Can all the finalists come up to the stage for the photography session? So just to make sure that you are in the yes. So maybe can come a bit to the side. Okay. See, okay. I think. Testing. Okay. Say cheese.
Okay, one more. Okay, remember that if you cannot see the camera, then the cameraman cannot see you lah. So those if you hide behind the people, you somehow find a hole, come out lah. You jump or can. Okay, this time we're going to be doing the GDSC pose. This one. Okay, the gang sign. Make sure you still can see the camera. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Again, 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Thank you all for coming to today. So you guys can have a safe, nice trip. Thank you for coming today.
All right, that officially concludes our Kitahack 2024. Hopefully see you in 2025. Okay, comms. Mari, photo.
Thanks a lot.
No, you don't get a cap. I can be your cap, I can be your back.
sleep and dream of paradise, paradise. Every time she closed her eyes. When she was just a girl, she expected the world, but it flew away from her reach, and the bullets catching her teeth. Life goes on, it gets so heavy, the wheel breaks the butterfly. Every tear a waterfall. In the night, the stormy night, she closed her eyes. In the night, the stormy night, away she flies. And dream of paradise, paradise, paradise. Oh, she dream of paradise, so lying underneath those stormy skies. She said, oh, I know the sun was set to rise. This could be paradise, paradise, could be paradise. Oh, this could be when you try your best but you don't succeed, when you get